Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my playthrough of Blood and Wine. Thank you for joining me again. We are here in Corvo Bianco, and we just spoke with the Major Domo and asked him to do a little bit of sprucing up around the place. I don't think that there's a quest around that, so I don't think it's anything that we could actually track. But I do remember him saying it would take a couple of days before things happened. So I could just, come back later and look, but I'm kind of curious to see what the place is going to look like. And I wanted to meditate anyway to get more potions. So I'm going to meditate here. Now, I doubt anything has changed yet. Oh, okay. Oh, we do have a quest for it. No place like home right there. Yeah, we could track that quest. Let's see. No place like home. So, okay, we did wait one day for our armorer's table to arrive. Okay, then we could wait another day for a grindstone to arrive, wait 3 days for the general refurbishment to finish, and I guess that's all part of restoring Corvo Bianco to its former glory. So, we have a table around here somewhere, and I believe... Let's see, how do I get down from here? According to my mini-map, it looks like we have a little table where? Here we go. Our items have been enhanced. Oh, okay. So our quest has been updated again. Now there's a grindstone here. And it's right here. Okay, well that's kind of cool. So there's two things, and if we look back at the quest... we now have these two checked off. So I'm going to meditate a little bit longer just to see what the general refurbishment is going to look like. So we'll do another 23 hours, because I don't think you can meditate for 24 hours. So there's one day. And nothing yet. There is like scaffolding and stuff up. So I don't think that was there before, so that's kind of cool.
Diddly snips, my backache.
Diddly snips? See if he has anything new to say to us. She's still in there eating.
Renovations coming along all right?
Wonderfully. The furnishings you last had me order have arrived.
Cool. So long.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Alright, let's go back outside again and meditate again. And we'll see if this place doesn't get refurbished. Okay, meditate. See, yeah, you can't meditate for 24 hours. So we'll have to settle for 23. Alright. Well, no notification that the refurbishment is done. So Geralt's gonna get a little bit more sleep here. Doesn't take very long. There we go. General refurbishment has finished, and it is generally refurbished. Wouldn't you agree? It looks lovely. I love what they've done. Let's look at the quest, see if there's anything else we could do. Well, it just says restore it to its former glory. So I guess we could go talk to the Major Domo again and see if there's anything else that could be done right now. Oh, the inside is nicer too. Look at the inside. Wow. She's still in there eating. How long is she going to be in there eating?
I thank you. So tasty. Oh,
Just
so good.
sitting here in the dark. Hey, Major Domo, what's up?
Coming along all right, Barnabas-Basil?
Superbly, sir. General refurbishment has been completed. And I took the liberty of adding 2 racks, each upon which you might hang weapons and armor, if you've some pieces you'd like to display. Likewise, I have prepared a few spots in which new paintings might be hung. In other news, the laborers dusting out the cellar have made a most unusual discovery. I believe it's something you'll wish to see.
Let's go there right now.
If you say I should see it, I'll go see it right now, BB.
Okay. Well, let's go search the cellar. So we have an armor stand here now. We got some Moliero growing in here. We have this armor stand here. Yeah. Place is looking a lot better. Let's see what her bedroom looks like. Did we get a new bed? It's hard to say. I don't remember what the other one looked like. As far as trophies, it was suggested in the comments that perhaps that's where I could put trophies that I don't have on All Roach. And let's see, I've got a Goliath trophy, and I have a King of Swineherd's crown. So we do have an extra trophy here, but I don't believe the game is letting me put that there. So these trophies, whatever they are, must be something different than the trophies that we can hang on Roach, I'm guessing. Well, let's go look in the cellar, wherever the cellar is.
Diddly snaps. My back aches something horrid.
Oh, that's right, we know where the cellar is. We've been there. Hey, what's this? Use. Reginald figurine. Okay. Alright, we... Oh, that's right, he gave us a... Holy cow, that's a much larger than a figurine. That's right, remember when we did that quest for that guy, he gave us his figurine. I was thinking it was something like maybe, 12 inches tall, but that thing's huge. Alright, that's kind of cool. Alright, nice. Let's go see what's going on in the cellar.
Strange. Something behind this wall, I think.
Search the hidden room. Alright, let's get out some Ard. Bash through there. And... what is it? What is it, Geralt? I wish there was some lighting in here.
A laboratory. Must have been an alchemist at one time.
Okay. A laboratory. We can use it. Ah, this is where we can change our mutagens into other mutagens, I guess. I'm not going to do that. I mean, at some point I might, but I'm not going to do it right now. Loot. Oh, that's use. What the heck? So, bombs and potions have gained an additional charge. Wow, now I have 6 superior swallows. Huh. Julius Bon Gave's letter. I don't know how to read that. To whomever finds this letter, my name is Julius Ban Gavhe. That's what I'm going with. And if you are reading these words, I am surely long dead. As befits one of my station and familial connections, I was sent to study at Ban Ard, the famed school for mages. Surely you've heard of it. Yet I was never to complete those studies. For the entire duration of my life, magic held but a weak hold over my soul, ravished by a passion for organic alchemy. It was to that most wondrous of sciences I dedicated the most beautiful years of my life, and the table beside which you now most surely stand is the fruit of those labors of love. If you are a fellow lover of alchemy, I hazard to guess you will be filled with rapture to behold my discovery. If, however, that marvelous science is unknown to you, please heed my advice. Drop this letter, step away from the table, and never return. The practice of alchemy by amateurs can lead to injury and even death. If you did not drop this letter after that last paragraph, you are no stranger to alchemy. Thus, I shall now reveal to you in a few brief words the fundamentals of the alchemy table I designed. Leaving aside all unnecessary detail, my chief discovery consisted of a formula and tools allowing for the transmutation of mutagens taken from monsters into mutagens of the more common sort. I know this sounds highly unlikely, but I have proven with utmost certainty that it is possible. The workings of this transmutation are simple. One must simply make use of the table which I designed. As an expert in the arcane art of alchemy, you certainly already know your way around such devices. If you are but an amateur, a member of the hoi polloi who has by accident wandered into this abandoned place, back away, lest your ignorance do your grievous harm. You are surely asking yourself why I hid my discovery from the world, why I did not share my formula with the community of alchemists. Well, let us say I have forever been regarded as eccentric, aloof. And I have always believed it is pure chance and not men themselves that determine destiny. Furthermore, I have never sired offspring, and have no desire to entrust my opus to a mere acquaintance. I thus concluded the best solution was to hide my table, and trust that chance will, if my theory is correct, bring a man here who shall know how to make use of it, whom it shall delight, and to whom it will prove of great use. Whether I am right or wrong, time will tell. Use my gift wisely, and fare you well. Julius Bangavhe, Alchemist. Thanks, Julius. That is quite the gift you have given us. So whenever we use that, we get our bombs and potions an additional charge. I guess there's a limit to that. Okay, well, yeah, I can use this, and I could take Wraith Mutagen, and I can dismantle one of those. And what does it give us? It gives us the lesser green mutagen, I guess. Oh, okay, over here it's telling us what we'll get. Okay. Yeah. So these are all the mutagens that we've gotten from killing monsters and such. If I find myself needing mutagens, I will come back to this table. Is this the same table? Oh no, that's that one again. Okay. Okay. Well, so that was the discovery in the cellar. Let's go back and talk to the Major Domo. And we'll see if there isn't more upgrading that can be done here. What's up, bro?
BB, know anything about the laboratory in the cellar? One of the previous owners take an interest in alchemy?
A laboratory? Alchemy? I know nothing of it. But I understand that to a witcher this must be a very intriguing find.
It is. It was walled up. Equipment's pretty ancient too, so it must have belonged to someone who lived at Corvo Bianco before you started working here. Whoever it was sure knew their stuff though. Got dragonglass vials and flasks, stills, sublimators, vengerometers.
Forgive me, sir, but I fear I don't follow.
Just saying, it's top-notch equipment. True masterpieces of craftsmanship for use in alchemy. Brewing a concoction with this stuff versus doing it over an open fire? Well, there's no comparison.
Then I am all the more delighted you discovered it, sir.
Good old BB. Hey, I think we could do some renovating.
Starting to really like this place. Maybe we should keep going, refurbish some more. What do you think, BB?
As you wish, sir. Shall we see to the house or the grounds this time?
I don't know. Let's do it all. Let's improve the grounds.
Starting to get into this whole renovating thing. There must be other things we can improve.
What a splendidly wise idea. Now that the general refurbishment is done, why not see to the grounds? Perhaps renovate the stables, or return Madame Bolis's garden to its former verdancy?
We could discuss it later. We could do the garden, or we could do a roomier stable. Oh, let's start with Roach.
You know Roach, my horse? Well, we've been through a lot together. And since I've finally got a decent place to stay, I think she deserves one too.
Oh, a sturdy stable testifies to a most honorable owner. Just say the word, and I'll have them start working on it at once.
Word.
My Roach deserves the best. Have them refurbish the stables.
I shall get to work at once. Yet finding workmen and completing construction takes time.
2 days.
Though likely no more than 2 days.
Can't even get stuff done that fast
Anything
nowadays.
else, sir?
Well, give me some herbs in the garden too. Do it all at once.
Sometimes I have to brew a potion, but I can't find the herbs I need growing anywhere nearby.
I hate when that happens.
Well, you're in luck, sir. The flower garden, once kept by Madame Nina, Monsieur Bolis's wife, seems the ideal place to cultivate herbs. In fact, it's roomy enough to plant shrubbery.
Shrubbery? You don't say. Sure, what's more coin? 2,000 coin? Bah,
Good idea,
big deal.
Barnabas-Basil. Herbs there will save me hours of painstaking searching and harvesting.
The idea is yours, sir. I am but the humble executor of your will. I believe we shall have sown the first seeds
In 2 days.
2 days' time. Will you be needing anything else?
These
sir?
magic seeds. Let's work on the house, man. Let's spend some more money. Geralt is on a spending spree.
Feels like by investing a bit of coin, I could make the house more functional.
Indeed, momentum is best maintained once established. Now that we've finished the general renovations, you might begin to consider such things as a new bed, or additional armor stands, or weapon racks, Also, some new furnishings and a fresh coat of paint on the walls would do much to improve the guest quarters.
Holy cow, there's a lot of stuff we could do. You know, now that we have a guest, let's see to the guest room.
Was wondering about the guest room. Not that I'm expecting
We have company already.
Oh, but that is immaterial. All self-respecting homes should boast a comfortable guest room. What if someone were to drop by unannounced?
They'd be turned away. 1,000. Fine. Fine.
Yeah, sooner we start on that the better.
I can tell a man of action immediately. I'll see to it myself. The room shall be ready in 2 days, in my opinion. Is there anything else you require, sir?
I don't even know how much coin I've got. I might as well get ourselves a new bed.
Thinking about buying a comfortable bed. Always wanted one.
Excellent idea. In your profession, rest is supremely important. But say the word, and I shall order you a bed from the carpenters who craft comfort for the court.
Do it.
Great. Order
Oh,
me
we get a
fine
bonus to
bed,
vitality.
please.
Did you see that?
Think I deserve one at my age.
True indeed, true indeed. I shall send a runner at once. The bet will be in place by this time tomorrow.
This guy don't mess around.
Is there anything else you require, sir?
Oh, let's keep going.
Could use another weapon rack. Got some interesting pieces I'd like to display.
I know of a carpentry shop in town which crafts the humblest lumber into true masterpieces. You need but give the word.
Do it.
Fine. Order the racks.
Of course, at once. At most 1 day for them to arrive, is my estimation.
Not that I
Is
really
there
care about the
anything-
racks,
anything
but
else
let's just do
you require,
everything.
sir?
I mean, after all, it is a quest to complete.
Along the path, I've often picked up well-crafted, beautifully ornamented armor. Some of those pieces would look great on display here.
I agree. It would lend the place a certain witch's air. Shall I order new stands at once, sir?
Do it.
Yes, just please make sure they're solidly made and nicely finished.
It goes without saying, sir. There is nothing worse than splendid armor upon a subpar stand.
Nothing worse.
By this time tomorrow, they shall be ready to display your finest finds. Is there anything else you require, sir?
Well, I think that ought to do it right now.
That's all for now, BB. Thanks.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to hang around this time. We're going to go ahead and leave, and then when we come back, we'll get to see the fruit of our, well, not labors, but the fruit of our spending. So, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my quests here, and we'll go back to the main quest, and we are going to report back to Regis. So I need to get to the fast travel point so we can go back to where Regis is. And the fast travel point is down this hill here.
If they would just stick to
If
what
my lips were stint,
What? New quest, The Hunger Game. What?
won't know their mind.
What the? Where did this come from? Why did this just pop up all of a sudden? The Hunger Game. Here we go. The Witcher had decided not to kill the White. A fortunate decision, as the monster had proved to be a woman named Marlena, afflicted some time past by a terrible curse. The Witcher had lifted the curse and learned Marlena's story. She had suffered unimaginable pain while cursed, fated forever to hunger and waste away. Geralt, big-hearted as he was, could not leave the woman to fend for herself. He invited her to stay at Corvo Bianco, the estate the Duchess had granted him in recognition of his service. The estate's major domo took Marlene under his wing. The Witcher decided he would visit the cured woman several days later. Well, it says visit Corvo Bianco and see how Marlene is doing. Now, it's interesting to me that this one has a number here. It leads me to believe that we're going to do a bit of fighting. We're not going to do that right now. Let's go ahead and go meet with Regis, and we'll see how he's doing. And then when we come back to pay a visit to Corvo Bianco, we'll also pay a visit to Marlena. Alright, here's our fast travel point. And we are to go to the cemetery whose name I cannot pronounce, even though I heard several characters pronounce it earlier in the game. Alright, Regis, where are you, buddy? Where is he? Let me grab some wolfsbane here. Well, inside we go, I guess. Let's go on in. So now he's leaving the door open. Which is good for us. Geralt cannot walk downstairs. So he's hanging out where we last saw him. What's up, dude?
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. Raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Ravens need to mind their own business.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it. But they can be so useful. As they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. That stands to be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous for who?
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True, but I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
Okay, well.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesham Mutna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Wow. Oh boy. Well, tell me more about this place. I think we've already been there. This is probably the place we visited maybe 2 episodes ago. Because I remember the cages suspended from the air.
Tesham Mutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesham Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Yeesh. Let's go.
See no reason to dawdle. Tesham Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium. A solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I have no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesham Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
Yeah, let's put this guy in a cage. Oh, did you see that he killed the raven? He had to kill the raven and drink its blood. That was sad. Tesham Mutna. A place we visited earlier. This is not the place I thought we were going. I thought we were going back to that place that had a bunch of cages hanging from, like next to a path. This is a place we visited earlier. A place that I found no reason to visit, but
We have arrived.
now we have a reason.
The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Are you sure you want this dude?
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
Yeah, I'd prefer the same. Lead the way, dude.
You lead. Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger.
Scurvers.
Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
Neat.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
So his character entry was updated. I don't know how to get to the character screen, so I will scroll through it. What does it have to say now? Geralt's encounter with the White left him with the ingredient Regis needed to brew resonance. Once he'd delivered, however, he learned there was still one thing missing: the blood of a higher vampire. Geralt thought this would prove no trouble until Regis explained only the blood of a vampire in a highly aggravated state would do. They thus would need to invoke maddening bloodlust in Regis, who had abstained from that vampiric vice for years. And our quest has been updated. Follow Regis. So once Regis received the penultimate ingredient required to brew resonance, he said the time had come to tackle the most difficult challenge. For apart from all else, resonance had to include the blood of a higher vampire. At first, Geralt saw this as no challenge at all, as standing before him was a representative of said species. Yet Regis revealed that the blood he needed had to have a specific chemical composition. His blood would change only under conditions of great suffering. Regis offered to endure this without hesitation. Well, here we go. I don't like this, man. I have a feeling this is going to be difficult. Alright, Regis, I'm here. I'm gonna loot your stuff. Champion of Tesham Mutna? Is that a scroll? I am he who serves the tribe. Exalted above men, I renounce human weakness. Uplifted above men, I become keeper of my flock. Filled with strength, I turn my sword against the enemies of the tribe. I am master and slave. I am executor of the will of the tribe. I accept this sword and this armor, so I may serve the tribe. Okay. Oh, loot. Okay, I'll take that stuff. Sure, why not? Maybe we'll hang it in our home. Here's a book, Human Husbandry and Care.
Husbandry and care? This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
Really? Is that so? Human husbandry and care. The most important aspect of raising human livestock is to provide the herd with conditions that, on the one hand, guarantee their survival, but on the other hand, do not extend too far beyond the minimum needed for that survival. It should be borne in mind that people are creatures bestowed with great intelligence, or rather cunning and instincts that allow them to gain as much as possible from their environment. In terms of husbandry, this means humans will always try to obtain more than we give them. It is recommended, therefore, to provide each individual with a place to sleep, a meal twice a day, and permanent access to water. These conditions, which might seem overly luxurious to some, ensure the optimal production of high-quality hemoglobin, more details on diet in later chapters. Also essential is access to air, without which humans die within minutes. There is no need to be concerned about the ability for human livestock to multiply in the conditions described above. If they are ensured a minimal existence and male and females are mixed, they will copulate irrespective of whether they are in captivity or not. It is worth mentioning here that there is a school of thought that suggests treating human livestock with greater freedom and care, including providing them with better quality fodder and a certain degree of freedom. This allegedly ensures a greater amount of favorable elements in the blood and makes it tastier. However, it is worth mentioning that this method of husbandry is much more difficult and requires emotional bonding techniques, which will be discussed in the following chapters. Ooh. Good stuff. Anything else in here? Here's a little thing we could loot. It's got some good stuff in it. Take some mushrooms. Loot this. Anything else? Alright, let's keep following Regis.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. Great many beings have breathed their last here.
Man. There should be a railing here. It's dangerous. Ugh. Well, down we go. Keep following Regis. Loot. A broken meteorite pickaxe.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
There's a bunch of them.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the dead, those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
And this one?
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
Okay. Any more? And boots and a mask. Battery cage versus free-range humans. Oh my
Seems
gosh.
your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Is that so? You expect me to believe that? Alright, where did this book go? Battery cage versus free-range humans. In recent decades, many of us have come to believe that a much more effective way of obtaining good quality human blood than hunting individuals is their systematic, controlled husbandry. Apart from the obvious advantages, such as being able to control what the flock eats and the ability to crossbreed specific individuals to obtain offspring with the best hemoglobin, another clear advantage to breeding human flocks is that domesticated humans held in confinement, as opposed to those in their natural habitat, in other words villages and towns, become less aggressive and therefore less troublesome. When it comes to farming humans, there are various schools, of which two seem to have gained the widest acceptance in recent times, namely battery cage and free-range husbandry. This thesis describes in detail the advantages and disadvantages, as well as the methods of carrying out each type of breeding. As an introduction, it is worth mentioning the basic differences between the two types. Battery cage human husbandry, described very accurately and in detail in the book Human Husbandry, is the placing of several male and female individuals in a closed, restricted place with permanent access to air, food, and water. This form of breeding differs from free range in that the flock is not permitted to leave the breeding area and is held captive the entirety of their lives. Free range, on the other hand, involves leaving the flock in its natural habitat or creating a habitat that simulates it closely, in other words, creating villages, more on which can be found in the chapter Human Villages Establishing a Growing a Herd, and then making the herd psychologically or physically dependent on its owner. The most effective method for making a human individual dependent is guaranteeing its safety and permanent access to high-quality feed. It is worth adding that a human that trusts its owner does not feel fear and does not defend itself when having its blood drunk, which limits the production of noradrenaline and cortisol, which have a negative impact on the taste of the blood. Furthermore, it may happen that a domesticated free-range human may feel a certain pleasure when its owner drinks its blood, most likely associated with sexual tension, which causes an intensification in the blood's flavor. Oh, I prefer my humans to be free-range. They're tastier, and it's more humane. It's better for the humans. All right, let's keep following Regis here. What's going on in here?
Cells. Who for?
Disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
Well, okay. 2 dolls, oh my.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham.
Oh, it's the
My
same
tribe
same symbol.
and Deadloaf's. We both remained in this part of the world.
And this is the same one too, isn't it? Isn't it?
Whose is this glyph?
Amaran.
Oh, no.
They ventured beyond the sea.
Alright, that's a different glyph. That's his Garisham glyph again. This one is,
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet.
the Tedet.
Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
I'll try to pick out ones we haven't seen. Orans and Florins. Okay, that's the one that looks like an ice cream cone. We've already looked at that one. Transcript of a conversation with a lower being. Sheesh, somebody thinks highly of themselves. Transcript of a conversation between Master Ezekiel Hildegard and a human being. E.H., who are you? H.B., my name is Alex Biscont. Why is all your skin trembling? I'm scared, sir. You're scared? I don't understand. You don't know what fear is, sir? No, I have mastered your language, yet some concepts are beyond me. What is fear? It is a feeling that destroys every other feeling. It controls your head and your heart. What do you mean? I thought it was a kind of pain. I have carried out tests in my laboratory on people, and I discovered that a mother subject to appropriate stimuli is able to forget about her child and think only about how to avoid pain. So, fear would be similar to pain? No, pain rules the body, but fear is born in the heart. Ooh, yes. What you say is very interesting. I think I will have to examine your heart in the laboratory. What do you mean, examine? I mean examine. Take it out and subject it to a proper examination. But sir, that would kill me. Yes, your mortality is a great inconvenience, but was not me who created your species, and I am not responsible for its excessive frailty. The conversation was carried out in human language, and such it was written down. The transcription does not need translating. Man, horrible, horrible, horrible stuff happened here. Horrible stuff. Notes of a Tesham Mutna prisoner. I found a piece of parchment that fell from the pocket of one of the monsters. I also have a lump of coal. I would write this in my own blood, but I have hardly any left. I am cold. Every third day they come and open my veins, after which I cannot move. I can't go on much longer. From the next cage I hear the howls of terrified people. If I had the strength, I would smash my head against the bars. I hope it won't go on much longer. Al Wall from the cage next to me died yesterday. They drank him to death. This must have irritated them, because I heard them arguing in their strange language. They brought new people this morning. You could say that a supply of fresh blood arrived. They have no idea what they are in for. My only comfort is that I know already, and I won't have to live through the terror that I felt the first time they came for me. I had no idea what they wanted until they pulled out their shiny instruments. I have never seen such beautiful metal. My blood glistened a purple silvery color in those instruments. Nasty stuff. So I'm pretty sure we've already examined these other symbols. Orans and florins, gauntlets. Yeah, it's just the three symbols. You keep seeing them over and over again. Although, is this one new?
What's this symbol mean?
It's the
No, that's
symbol
it.
of
That.
the
Okay, it just looked different from that
those
angle.
who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
So I guess there's only 3 tribes down here. Well, here we are.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it. Ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then.
Place bait in
Place
each
the
of the
bait
4
at the
tunnels.
tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, sends shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah, I mean, how is a cage going to hold him? He can turn into a mist and escape. So, yeah, how is a cage going to help any? Let's look around here before we place this stuff and see if there's any more stuff to loot, any more stories to read. This is probably a place where we're supposed to place bait. I'm not going to place it just yet. Like I said, I want to look around here and see if there's anything else. Our No Place Like Home is being updated as time passes. We'll go back there soon enough. What's this over here? Loot. And, not sure what's up with these 2 sticks here. I guess that's another place where we're supposed to place bait. I guess. I mean, this is a place where we place bait right here. Here is just some blood moss. It's weird. I mean, am I supposed to go in there? Let's see if Regis has anything to say.
Feel all right, Regis?
How I feel is unimportant. My blood agitated and transformed. That's what matters. It's what we need to save Detlef.
He really wants to save Detlef. Because he knows that otherwise Geralt would kill him. Or at least he'd try to. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything else down here for us to investigate, unfortunately. Can we look at the cage? We can.
This'll hold. Doesn't look like anything special.
I told you, Kagmar thrashed about inside it for over 2 centuries.
Jeez.
Appearances can be deceiving.
2 centuries.
Feel all right, Regis?
How I feel is unimportant. My blood agitated and transformed. That's what matters. It's what we need to save Detlef.
Well, it is time for us to place the bait, but we will do that next time, as it's time for me to end this play session. So make sure you come back next time to see what happens when I place this bait, and we see what comes to fight Geralt, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see, man. That'll happen next time. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this play session. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, won't you let me know by leaving a like or a comment. And if you're not a subscriber, won't you please consider subscribing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you join me again in the next episode.